Hello everyone, Tina here. I'm back again with another 5 easy step card tutorial to share with you. Today we are making another Christmas card with non-traditional colors, and I think if you were to switch out the greeting and also switch out the holly or the pine needles, you could easily turn this into a birthday card very easily. I'm using a die set from Spellbinders. It's called Gifting Bow. It's so pretty. I had created a card with some perfume bottles and I just raved about the bow. I just fell in love with it. This has a very similar bow and I was super excited about this. So let's jump in, get started. I'll leave that video at the end if you guys want to check it out, but we're going to get started with step number 1 and create our focal point. This basically, well, let me show you what this does. Look how pretty this is. This creates a bow that you can intertwine and create an entire A2 panel with. This is an A2 size card base. So pretty, but I was immediately when I saw this, I thought it'd be easy to make a present. And so we are going to take some cardstock. So I trimmed down 2 pieces of cardstock. This is Spellbinders Oceanside, and it's a really pretty dark teal color. And I have this piece here. Let me measure it for you. It measures 2 3/4 inches wide by 3 inches tall. And then this piece is a little less than 1 inches tall, and it measures 3 inches wide. Okay, what we're going to do is make a present. Basically, it's easy, super easy to make a present. Do we want to pop this up? I think I'm going to pop this up with some foam tape. And then we just remove the release paper, and then I can add this right over the top here. So I just layered it right over the top. I would say down the center. Okay, and I'm going to take another piece of foam tape. And so everything is nice and well balanced, we'll just add it to the very top. Okay, now we're going to do a little die cutting with our die set. And this is the bow that I was talking about. I'm going to die cut this out with some blue cardstock. This is Spellbinders Breeze. No, not Breeze. I was close. This is Spellbinders Windy. So we're going to cut this out along with the top bow. Okay, and then we're also going to die cut out, let's see, some flower elements. I like, there is a flower bed in here. It's this piece here that's layerable. And the top layer I'll add our windy. This is the metal layer. We're going to add some more of that ocean side here. And then for our branch, I'm just going to bring in some white cardstock. I think craft and these colors go really good together. So I'm bringing in some, this is Nina Desert Storm cardstock, and there is a pine needle that I'm going to cut out with that. I'm going to cut out 2, and I'll do 2 of the flower buds here too. And then I'm going to take some of my peridot cardstock, and we'll cut out some holly leaves. And I think that's all we're going to do. But as I mentioned, you could easily turn this into a birthday card because in this set there's florals. There's a poinsettia, of course, but there's also these florals that you could add. And then there's this leaf here that you can add to make a birthday present. Very versatile die set. Okay, I'm going to die cut this out and then I'll be right back. I have everything die cut out. We are going to do a little bit of ink blending, but first let's put together our bow. And it's going to be very simple. We just layer them together. Isn't that a beautiful bow? So pretty. Okay, after that's done, I already created one of my berries, or the little flower buds. I already created one. So to do the next one, we just add little dots of glue to the branch. And then we add the darker layer. And then we add another dot of glue to each one. And then we can add the lighter layer. And so we have 2 of the flower buds. Okay, with my branches here, I'm going to bring in my brown ink. This is Gathered Twigs from Pink Fresh Studio, and we're just going to add a little extra detail to the pine needles. Just a little brown. Okay, and then for my holly leaves, I'm going to bring in a dark green ink. This is Lush Forest. The etched detail in here just picks up that ink. I love the way this looks. And that's all the ink blending we're going to do. Didn't take any time at all. I'm going to clean off my work surface, and then we're going to add all of these to our present. Okay, I'm going to use my bow as a guide. And I'll start off with my branch here. I'm going to add a little glue. And we will add this. And then I will add this next one. Kind of creating a center point. I'm going to go ahead and add my bow next. And then I can tuck the rest underneath here. Like so. And then we can add our flowers, our flower buds. And I think I'm going to die cut out 2 more of my pine needles. Okay, I think that's just what it needed to fill in. And that's my Christmas present. I just think it looks gorgeous. Now I'm also going to do one more thing that I should have did before we added the bow. But I'm going to add a little color to the very bottom here. And since I have my brown ink here, we're going to add some brown at the very bottom and kind of fade up. But I don't want to get any ink on my bow. So maybe I can kind of mask it off, just so we are on the safe side and I won't get any on there. Okay, this is kind of weird, but I don't want to get any. I want to keep my bow. I'm using my brown ink. I'm going to go dark at the very bottom and kind of fade up. This is going to, I'm using brown just because it was on my desk, because the Oceanside is pretty dark color. Okay. And I think that is gorgeous. Let's remove my mask. And that is my focal point. I think it turned out so pretty. Okay, now we're going to move along to step number 2 and create our home panel. My home panel, I'm going to bring in an embossing folder on our home panel. I'm using my Peppermint Stripes embossing folder. I love this, perfect for the holidays. And then I have a panel that I trimmed down. This is 3 3/4 inches wide by 5 inches tall. Okay, we are going to emboss this, and I'll be right back. I'm going to use my tape runner. We'll add some adhesive behind here, and then I'll remove that foam, the release paper off of that foam tape, and then we will add our, I'm just going to, believe it or not, I'm going to center this today. We'll just tack this down right in the middle. And that's all there is to my home panel. Now we're going to move along to step number 3 and create our greeting. In our gifting bow die set, there are 2 greetings, Merry and Bright and a gift for you. This is why this would make a great set to do a birthday present too. I'm going to take the banner along with the insert. Again, it says Merry and Bright, and then I'm going to die cut that out with my Windy cardstock. And then I also have some peridot cardstock that I'll take just the banner and I'll cut that out. I'm going to add a little glue behind my Merry and Bright, and all we're going to do is offset the greetings here. So a little bit of that peridot is peeking out. And then I'm going to bring in my foam strips. I left a little bit of a gap because this is going to go right over my ribbon. And so we will tack this down. And that is my greeting. Okay, we're moving along to step number 4, which is our background. We're going to keep it really easy, and we're going to use some pattern paper. I picked out some green pattern paper that kind of matched my peridot here. And this pattern paper is from a very old paper pad from My Favorite Things. This is the Proper Pinstripe Pastels. And if I can find it, I'll link it, of course, but I don't think I can find it. But you never know these days. But I'm going to take a strip. My panel measures 4 1/4 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches tall. And I'm going to put this straight down the middle of my card. I'll add a little extra color for my background. Lovely. And then I can go ahead and take my home panel. We'll put some adhesive behind here. And then we'll tack this right over our background. Lovely. Okay, now we're going to move along to step number 5 and embellish. And I'm going to bring in some gems. I'm using my Spectrum AB gems. And we're just going to add a few for some shine in our background here. Lovely. And that finishes off my card today in 5 easy steps. Sun going down, I made it. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.